Well, hello, and welcome back to Coffee Scrying at the Atmospheric Cafeteria. Everything is out and ready. I do this about every 2 days where I make a big cup of coffee. And there's always something in there to see. My last cup did not have enough chocolate, so we're going with more chocolate this time. You know, worst comes to worst and just, I'm gonna make more chocolate too. Worst comes to worst. You just sip down a little bit, add a little extra sugar and some creamer. I'm trying to decide what I want to do. You know what I want to do? I'm going to live wild and dangerously and have another scoop of chocolate in there because I can. Because I can! Because I'm a grown-up. I'm a grown-up and you're an adult and we can do those things because we can. Ouch. You gotta pay attention to where I'm going. Okay. I'm gonna put this away. What? Oh no, I know what that is. I'm sitting there going, what is that? Is that a big open thing of cheese? No. Open thing of mozzarella. Ooh, now let's do this. A little bit of heavy cream, because why shouldn't we indulge ourselves on the big cup of coffee? Hi, Oscar. I'm sorry I'm taking up your kitty bar. Now my favorite half and half is from Burn Dairy. Ooh, we've got a Ernesto Diego. Okay, Oscar, please move long. Thank you very much because I do not want to back up into you and fall. Y'all know how I feel about that. I don't like it. Don't like that idea. I don't know who you are, but go back and make sure that your refrigerator is closed. That's all I got for you. Here we go. And let's set that to a minute. Let's get our jute, which is definitely in need of a charging. And grab our baby sugar. How sweet it is to be loved by you. And because I know the taste of this chocolate, this needs like a little extra. It was really dark. It was disgusting the last one. Take a look if you feel like it. And this goes back. Hi, Pug. Hello. You guys coming on in? Come on. Okay, you guys gotta move then. Thank you. Everybody's in the way. Now I'm like really curious to know what this is gonna be about. Because it's like I'm bagging up into stuff. The cat's behind my legs. The dogs are in traffic. Careful of traffic if you're in traffic, people. Traffic is winding down on the highways and the throughways and the interwebs and the byways. Yeah, careful while you're driving. You know there's some weather going on. There are winter storm warnings here and there. Hello, lovey. You can't be up here, right? Well, you can sit there. You're fine there. Wow, now see, they're all gone and he's up here. So yeah, be careful while you're driving. Be careful of people. Be careful of idiots. Be careful of people who do not know how to drive in snow. If you are in an area where you might be getting snow very, very soon in the next few days and you don't normally get snow and you can't drive in it, I know it might be scary, but either A, don't go to work, or B, stay where you are. You know what I want you to do? If you're in an area where you might be getting snow, bring extra stuff with you in your car. Look up what we do up north in the winter, okay? I'm being told you've got to look up what we do up north in the winter. You've got to have an extra blanket. You do not want any alcohol with you. You want water. You want Gatorade. You want some food with you. You want snacks, things that can keep you going. Have like a cell phone charger. Have a backup battery for your cell phone. Extra pajamas, extra clothing. And you know, like if you're at the mall and you find out you can't go an hour away, you have to go across the street to your friend's house, have this stuff with you so you can feel safe and secure. Because as somebody who, as I've said before, is ND, I don't always feel comfortable staying at people's houses because I'm not prepared. So prepare yourself now, that if you are from the south and you are getting a storm you're not used to, or you are somebody who isn't used to, like up north, people aren't used to the storms the way they used to be. You're not used to it. Make the plan and prepare. Whoa, forgot that was hot. Make the plan, yeah. Because it's coming in hot, might get you from behind. Careful of the people behind you when you're driving. But yeah, prepare yourself for the storms and the winters and everything. And this is including even in the summer. Like just get yourself ready for winter so that you feel comfortable, okay? And you see, now they're not here. Now they're not here. They're not here. They went into the other room. Because had they wanted to come in here, they would have come in here. Instead, now we've got Oscar going around. Yeah. So 3-car pileup, be very, very careful of that. And get yourself prepared for winter storms and weather, because I do know that there is stuff coming in. There's some snow today. And where I'm used to this, most people are not. Alrighty. Let's pour us some coffee. We put our coffee away. Whew. And then grab a water. A water. Same thing with flooding. If you're in an area where there might be some flooding from snow melting, get yourself like a preparation in your get prepared in your car. You know, get the stuff you might need for an emergency. Even just throw it in your trunk. You know, you're gonna sit there and go, you know what, I'm gonna prepare anyway, let's just do it. And so you do it, and either A, you needed it or you didn't. If I sound harsh, I do apologize. Ooh, that sounded harsh. Sometimes I catch myself sounding harsh, so I have to stop myself and regroup. We got some pretty wishes and some constellations. Ooh. I see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 1. I'm not sure what constellation that is. Ooh, and a wish just came up. Ooh, and a wish combined. We got a third wish combining. Oh, we got a third wish combining. Make your wishes, everybody. Make your wishes. Oh, yes, yes. We've got some stargazing going on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Little wishes going on. Tiny little clusters. Ooh. Some stars aligning and stars popping up. Things going in and things going out. There's an eye there. A watchful eye. A watchful eye. A watchful eye. And some little fish creeping up to the top. I'm not sure what the watchful eye is. It doesn't seem like anything bad. It just seems like something watching and observing. Like an observer. Kind of seeing what your day-to-day is, taking notes, seeing how you're going on your journey. Yep. 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 Alrighty, let's zoot. I'm going to pour a little bit in first though. Because I know there's a little much in there. There's just shit in this one. But I like it in this one. I like this one. This one. And I definitely have to put this on the charger. See, he made it in. He's going to go and have a little sleep. A little sleep. And I'm going to go wash this before I put that in there. Here. Put it on charge. Oh, you're all right. Oops, there's that. Yeah, he's gonna start over. I didn't go anywhere. I went to the fridge. My little followers. Okay. So, I'll throw my glasses on. Hairs in my eyes. Let me. Okay. Again with the bunnies. And the little soul. The yin and the yang. So it seems to be this little orb here watching. Looks like somebody on like a bunny on a computer. Okay, are we gonna just like show me humans as bunnies? I mean, is this what it's gonna be? I mean, I think it's cute. I'm super all right with it. I hope everybody else is. I do like me a bunny. This person's been working a long time. Not the same job. They're very good at what they do. There's just this little ripple of foam across the top. Whatever you've been doing it for a very long time. You're accomplished in what you do. And whatever this watcher is, this soul is, person, whomever, has been watching you for a long time. They've seen your ups and downs and where you're going, and your dedication to it all. But it seems like the bunny might be a little angry. Maybe acknowledgements aren't being given where they need to be. Maybe you've been doing your job for a very long time and nobody says, hey, you're doing great, you know. I'm not saying you get passed up for promotions. You're not getting passed up for promotions. You're definitely climbing the ladder, but you just don't feel as appreciated as you should be. And I have a sneeze coming. Ooh. Bless us. It's like a build-up, a long time coming. Like, you're okay with the promotions. You're happy that people recognize your work and your worth and that you can do this. You're so happy about that. But the problem is they don't have the other part of the relationship. It's like, oh, yeah, you did a really, really great job on that, whatever it was. But nobody's ever going, hey, that must have been really, really hard to do. How did you do that? And when they are, they're telling me it's only to get ahead in the moment for themselves. It's never to actually educate themselves so that they can be in the position that you are someday. And you're getting tired of that and salty with it. And it's almost like you're trying to go up in the air and rise above to find something different, something where you're more appreciated. Might even be something where it's different than what you're doing right now. Like if you work in a business office right now and your hobby is woodworking and you know you can make a living at that decently, if you quit your job, you're going to be fine doing that because you're like in your 50s and you can do that. We're not talking about someone in their 20s or 30s who, you know, hasn't climbed the ladder. We're talking about someone in their late 40s, mid to late 40s, who have gotten to a point at 45 where they're starting to go through the second puberty of change after 42. If you want to know what that is, let me know. And now they're going, yeah, I know I've done the things. I know I've gotten the promotions. I've applied for them. I've done all of this. I've gone back for the furthering education. I've, you know, got a great rapport with everybody. Everybody loves me, but there's something missing, and there's something missing from this job that you're not receiving. It's something that they're not giving you as people, and it's something that you're just not receiving. There's no heart left because the people you're working for just aren't humans. They're automatons. Nobody is, you know, yeah, everybody's congratulating everybody on a baby and wants to see everybody's pictures. Maybe some people spend time together, but it's like there's this gap. And you're tired of it. Tired of the gap. Yeah, and there's your head and your baggage and your arms and your legs and a road, and you're traveling down. And you may or may not be with someone. I don't know. Whatever you're doing, it's going to be supported. It'll probably be successful. Just put the thought forward into it. Remember, you can't go off half-cocked without a plan, okay? Because if you've only got half the plan, it's not going to work. Do we always fully have the plan? No. But you also understand when maybe your plan isn't as sound. And other people will tell you when your plan is not as sound. And I see a little bird here, like a little vulture. but not necessarily a vulture that wants to hurt you. If you're like me, you like vultures, you understand their purpose. It also looks like a little child, little girl or boy, going off that way. So this path is actually going to take you quite far. It's going to take you further than what you thought it was going to. Might even be something that you're revisiting on the way down to the path that you're going to. You're going to be revisiting part of your childhood as well, which is something that happens after the age of 45 because you have so much more perspective in life. You have so much more perspective. Oscar, I love you, but you're really and truly in my life. I'm just going to move you around, honey. I'm just going to move you around. There. Perfect. Perfect! Because he is. Because he's the most perfectest kitten in the whole wide world. And he just wants to eat, and I'm not taking that away from him because this is his space. If I trusted myself on any other space to make this coffee, I would do that. So yeah, you're going to follow your dream, and your dream is going to lead you to bigger and better places. But like I say, and I say this to everyone, you have to have some kind of idea of a plan. You have to have people to bounce this off of. And when somebody says, okay, but what happens when you have this, 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 and this? Don't just say, that's not going to happen, or I got it. Look at them and say, I really don't know. What would you do? Or what do you think? Or think about that on your own and say, if I like crochet, I love to crochet. It is not a practical business to start if you are not good. I've been crocheting for 20 years. I found out the other day, I am not a crochet tutorial girl. Don't follow me for crochet tutorials. But if you just want to sit here and while I'm, having a Claire moment and we're crocheting while I'm talking, that's perfect. If it's the kind of thing where it's, everybody's an intermediate and you just don't know how to do this, I can tell you how to chain 6, double crochet in the second chain from hook and, to the next 3 chains, so you have 5, and if you crochet, you'll get that. So, but either way, that's getting off the subject here. But things will, crochet businesses are not easy. You have to have a plan in place. You have to know what you're going to sell. You have to understand your audience, and you can't always go online. Sometimes you have to start with booths, and you have to put that money in before you get that money back. I have a friend that just did that, and, sending them so many blessings. And that was a hard decision to do for anyone, to take that off. If this is your plan, though, make sure you have some kind of savings. Make sure you have a little savings. A year or 2 worth of bill money to get up and get started. And especially if, like I see woodworking, especially if you're like a woodworker, you know what your supplies are, you know what you're going to need, you know how long this, that, and the other thing is going to take you. This isn't for people who are just coming up with a scheme. This isn't a scheme. These are for people who say you've been crocheting for, oh my God, one of my mom's friends who I love so much, she's been knitting, I can't tell you how long. If you've been doing it that long and you can make your own patterns, and oh my God, it's incredible what she makes. I can't even. Go ahead and do it because you know you're going to sell it and you know where you can sell it to. You know what I'm saying? Do the plan. Plan it out. Know what you're going to do. Have savings up. But if you don't have a plan and it's just a get-rich scheme, those will always lead you off your path. Every get-rich-quick scheme will take you off your path of enlightenment and where you need to be. Yeah. This is going to make you sore. I see an angel. We've got some angels here. I heard ducks. I see a face, 2 faces, one towards the other. Someone saying hello. Someone's passed away and they're letting you know they're okay. You might have been dreaming of someone lately. To me, it feels like this is the person who passed away, and this is the person who's dreaming about them, and this is the angel that's making this meeting happen. So if you have recently lost a loved one, I'm going to also say a pet or anything like that. Don't be shocked if you dream about them soon. Also, you can ask people to come into your dreams, and they will. And you can also, say to your dreams, I don't want to have, dreams as bad as they are, and little by little they will change. I'm also seeing another face here. There's going to be something in communion. This angel's going to bring a family together. I see an older woman hugging two people. I see a woman in the middle, like the middle of age, two little horns, but nothing terrible. Just maybe somebody that's hurting a little bit more from the loss of this older woman. And this little girl is praying that the pain can be taken away. And this angel is bringing this in. This angel is bringing in this healing for this mom or this parent here, this mom, dad, parent, whomever this person is. And this little girl is praying for it. I see a little girl. And this seems to be an angel here as well. I love how they just change in shapes. Changes in shapes and messages. So this person has a lot of angels around them right now. They might even be ill. You might even have someone ill. They're telling me you might even have someone ill who is waiting for the angels. And they're terrified. They might even be telling you they keep seeing demons and they don't understand why. Because they aren't a bad person and they think that they're going to hell. But they're not. Because what it is that demons and angels are basically the same thing. Forget what we think we know, because all that is from Dante's Inferno. You know how people freak out over books and then the religious people freak out over the one book that's just a book? Yeah, they did the same thing with Dante's Inferno. So now everything is kind of butchered from that. Our interpretations of hell are from Dante's Inferno and not the actual Bible. So basically what it is they're telling me they're seeing the angel and the demon that's in the dark place before they cross over. Angels and demons are basically the same thing. They're not the same thing, but they're like the cousins of the species, and I'm not allowed to say a lot about it right now. They're asking me not to, and I'm going to respect that wish. They say it's for another time. We will talk more in depth about that when it is appropriate. All right, then. All right. But suffices to say that demons and angels are not horrible. And they're saying you can tell them demons are more friendly than angels. Like, the demons are like, yeah, think weeping angels. They are really like that. And I have seen angry angels, and they're not fun. They're not fun. So whoever this person is, you let them know that these are just the greeters that come to greet you. Their strength, they're running the words through my head. The one that looks like the demon is the strength that keeps the bad and the darkness away to help you get to the light, and the angel is what makes you feel safe so you can go through the light. So one is protection and one is to help you feel safe going through, because that light is intimidating. It is scary. It is bright. It does not absorb into the darkness, and the darkness does not absorb the light. Like, they have a very mutual respect, which the angel and the demon do too, which is why people can be very terrified to cross over, especially if you've been sick for a very, very long time. And sometimes when you've been sick for a long time, you do start seeing things from the other side, and it can get scary and it can get very overwhelming, especially the closer that you get. Especially if you have a lot of regrets, if you didn't have enough good things, enough good upbringings, enough good people around you, you do need that safe person to say to you, hey, it's okay. See, and right here, it shows the demon coming and going, it's okay. It's okay, I'm like a dragon. And you like dragons, right? Because that's a lot how they will come to you as dragons. Matter of fact, I just saw one in my wall. That was funny. My wall has patterns on it, and it just showed me the same thing here of the demon dragon coming down to offer this grace to this older woman. And again, we have this little, it almost reminds me of a bunny tail or an orb watching this. And this is right here is the angel, because the angel needs to be quieter, because this person needs to feel comforted here. And he is a comfort. Don't ever get me wrong. Excuse me, pardon me. This big, bulky, huge, demon-y looking guy, dragon, he is comfort. Just as comforting as the angel. But he's a strength and security and comfort. And it can be very unnerving to feel if it's something that you've never felt before. It's kind of why spirits get stuck in they're saying the gray place, but it really isn't I guess here would be a gray place, wouldn't it? They get kind of lost in a mist. And then they have to find themselves back to the dark place, and then that gets scary. And then basically what it is that the mist just kind of, I think, just dissipates into the dark. But anyway, that's a whole longer explanation than needs to actually be overly complicated. Somebody said Hellboy. Think of them like the demons in Hellboy. He's actually very gentle and very kind. So I'm not sure who that's for, but yeah, it's okay. When you're ready, you take the hand of that angel. You're not going to go to hell. You're not going to go to hell and burn for all of your sins, because that's not what happens. Instead, you go to the other side, you acclimate, and then you have to review everything you did here. And if that is hell, yeah, that is hell. Is that going to make your feet burn a little bit because you're going to have to face the things you did that weren't so kind? Yeah, it's going to burn our asses a little bit. But that's the human equivalent of what it is. Because we don't like to admit when we're wrong, and we don't like to review and do these things, but when you go to the other side, you have to. Because they just said if you don't, you get kicked out. And I don't quite understand what that means. And they're like, no, you're not going to right now. And this is a subject for another day that they are preparing. Can I just say that demons in teacher uniform with glasses and horns? I'm just saying. Rolled up sleeves. Damn! Why that image? Beefcake, I tells ya. They're funny. Anyway. But yeah, he just wants her to be her. He just wants them to be reassured that it's going to be okay. You know, everybody goes through this. All of us will go through this. It doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter what your religion is. At the end of the day, this is when your religion talks about crossing over. This is what they mean. And there are so many different explanations. This is what they're telling me. There are so many different explanations for what it's like. This is big. Because there are so many different people, and there are so many different ways to understand. This is a very long, convoluted way to say that everybody understands in different ways So everybody needs the different ways to understand that when you cross over, you're all going to this one thing. There's light and there's dark. You're going to come in. It's going to be scary because it's going to be the darkest. It's going to be the blackest black you've ever seen and the whitest white you've ever seen. If you haven't looked up the blackest black and the whitest white, look them up. It is that white. It is whiter than that. It is whiter than that. And that's the scary part. This is the reason why that demon is there and has that strength. Because it's not that dark side that's so scary. Because everybody, we all know when we walk, what do our parents tell us? Honey, when you walk into the dark, give yourself a second, your eyes are going to adjust. But we all know if you walk in from the dark to the light, it's blinding and you can't see anything. And they say, this is the reason why a lot of people live in fear in a white, blinding room, because they don't let their eyes adjust to the darkness. They just walk into the light and they're blinded by the light and they can't see anything because their eyes can't adjust. That's why you have these guides that walk you there, because that light is so uber intimidating. Because I've crossed people over, and when you cross these guys, it's like jello. It's like gelatinous. It's bleh. And all I saw were like green grass and bunnies. And it was wrong on every level. And please understand, I am the girl that loves the buns. But this was just, God, I love bunnies. And Hello Kitty. I am a girl. I am a girl. Can I just say that? Till my Han Solo kicks in. But as you can hear as I'm reading, my Han Solo kicks in. But yeah. This is, that's why that demon is there. That demon is darkness. We all like a little darkness, but it's that light that is the most scary, because it is blinding, it is bright, and it is overwhelming. It's not necessarily truthful. It's just the blinding moment before you're crossing the other side. It's like when you're going through a tunnel and it's light and then it's dark and you come out of the tunnel again and it's light. That's not going to blind you, but this light is. And that's what makes it so scary, especially if you are dying and it's your end of times and you are afraid. And a lot of people are. My mom just popped in, and she was an oncology nurse for many years. And she's like, Martha, it's exactly what I told you. It's exactly how I would tell you. And she would tell me. And what she told me now makes sense. Now it makes sense. And mind you, she was working with a lot of AIDS patients as well. So she had a lot of patients who didn't have people there. And her patients are coming. She's bringing them through in a tiny group. And they're telling me, yeah, it was really scary. It was really scary because we didn't have anyone. And our families had left us and abandoned us. And if they didn't because we were gay, they did because we had AIDS and they couldn't be near us because they were so afraid. And it was a really scary time. I feel all of this sadness and this loss of not having those people by their side. And my mom was that light and that angel. And they're saying without the nurses and the doctors who were by their side, they would have felt more helpless as they died. Even if they weren't right there and holding their hand, they knew they were close and they had a button in their hand. They could press. And then they saw the angel and they felt comfort, and they saw the demon and they understood because they saw the angel that the demon was safety. This usually only happens when I do readings for my friends. And they show me how it kind of combined over so that they weren't as scared when they crossed over. So they're saying if you are listening to this and you had someone you love die in the 80s of AIDS, they need you to know they crossed over fine. They're not in hell. They are not there. As a matter of fact, they're happy on Gay Day over there. They have gay pride every day over there. They're jumping for joy. Jesus, Christmas Eve, excuse my language. All I'm seeing is somebody with this big, huge pride flag, and they have like short, dark hair, and they're in like gray sweatpants and like a white t-shirt, and I just see like this leg come out this way and this leg come out like this, and this body like up in the air jumping like, I'm free and I'm good and I'm happy and I can run and I can walk. And they want you to know they're all feeling that. They're all feeling that. Not one of them went to hell. Not one of them had to answer for being gay. They had to answer for their actions as human beings. Oh, wow. Oh, God. No, we don't have to speed racer. It's okay. We don't have to speed racer. It's okay. That's a feeling, man. That's an emotion. I need to take that in. I gotta breathe through that one. Yeah, right here. There's like this little head. Breathe that right out. Yeah. Not one of them not one of them crossed the other side and went to hell because they were gay. Not one of them went to review and got chastised because they were gay. If they went to the hell place, it was because they did some really, really horrific things before they died, that when they crossed over, they needed to stay in stasis longer to sort those feelings out of what they had done. And these are not good people. And we understand who those people are, okay? These are the people who... creepy gay men. You understand what I'm saying? They're 50 years old. They're going for the 17s and 16-year-olds. We all know who the people I am talking about. Those people have to lay in stasis longer. But everybody else, not one of them. Not one. And I want every single evangelical Christian up there to understand, because even Yeshua is right here saying not one gay man went to anywhere or review and was chastised because of who they loved. They were chastised because they were dickheads and idiots and assholes. They cheated on their spouse. They gave their spouse AIDS. They have to review that. But they're not being chastised and made to feel guilty because they had AIDS. That was part of the life plan. Do see life as a highway. And they need whoever this is I'm talking to understand this. They're also so very happy about all the medications that put this into stasis, but they do want you all to just wear condoms because they just want it to be eradicated at this point. But they understand that eradication isn't always going to be, because everything pops up all the time. Look at COVID. Just got to watch out. Actually, if you haven't heard about the first case and how it came in I think it was the early 1900s, it's actually very interesting. It's an episode of Radiolab. It's an old one with Jad Rodenbaum. But they want you to know this. When you go to the other side, because you are gay, you're not going anywhere. You're staying over on the other side. You're just going to have to review the bullshit that you did, just like everybody else does. And everybody else who hates gay people, you need to know, when you go over there, one of the things you're going to have to do and sit and review about is, why did you hate somebody because of who they loved? And why didn't you speak up when you knew that your neighbor was doing that? This is powerful today. We really have a lot to say on that. Oh, they're happy. I see a puppy now. Because why would, my God, if you guys watch Bleach and you watch Rukia Kuchiki every time she tries to explain something to Ichigo and it all comes out in like bunnies, kitties, and puppies, this is how I feel right now. And I'm understanding that this is what my spirits are doing to me, because I'm seeing a puppy going for a hug. Like, yes, we're all good. You said it right. You said exactly what we needed you to say. Here's a puppy of love. It also looks like a little poodle. So if you had a little poodle with you, I want you to know your poodle's okay and they're with your partner. I see a man with short, dark hair and brown eyes. Kind of he reminds me a little bit of, they're showing me the actor, Eugene Levy's son. I don't know his name, but he has a cutie patootie. They're saying he looked like him. And I see in black. He's got your poodle. They're both okay, don't worry. Don't know what that's about. I see like a little white poodle with some gray and black hair in it. I don't know what that is. Like it was like you would like, it wasn't a fully white poodle, but you'd see like little strands of black and little strands of gray. Yeah, she's okay. They're okay. He's holding him on her arm and he's like, yeah, I got this dog now. I got this dog now. I'm pick this dog up all the time. I try to pick my dogs up all the time. It doesn't work. Of course, my dogs are bigger and pugs don't always like to be picked up. Yeah, I see some dragons. I see some little dragons coming down. Someone's bringing little dragons to you. Could be a little birth. Could be somebody who's been trying to have a baby for a while. You might be getting that IVF to work. And they're saying you might be more surprised this time because last time it took a while to work, and this time you're going to be like, what do you mean it worked the first time? Like everybody's going to be gobsmacked. Oh, it's Year of the Snake. I see the little snake eyes. Little eyes right here in the little, and it looks like it comes down there. If you're in Florida or any place where there are snakes, please be careful with your poodles outside. I'm going to give that warning now because the snake looks like it has a dog in its mouth. So I'm just giving that warning now. Whew, this is a powerful cup of coffee. Let me tell you that much. I also see snake as in just the Year of the Snake, and I just in general like snakes. So you might even have a snake that enjoys your dog that's smaller that, you know, whatever. But if you live in an area where there are snakes and you have to be careful, be extra vigilant. When you hear this, it's saying right now, but I don't care if it's right now. If you're hearing this, be extra vigilant. Be extra vigilant. Have your dog on a leash a little bit. If you even suspect there's a crocodile. I don't know why they would give me that one, but that does make sense for me to associate that with that. But yeah, in general, it might even be just be careful with your dog outside. I know I try to be very careful because it's very cold here and my dogs are little. Douglas Arthur is a pug and Ernesto is a Kazan. So they can get very, even though Ernie does have an undercoat, he can still get very cold very easy. And Douglas always gets cold. And now we are back to our bunny, and our bunny looks very happy. Sits in a little Buddhist stance. I see this little glow here. You might even notice some excuse me, something's going on there. I don't know what snakes and bunnies are about. I don't know what that is. But yeah. And we've come full circle. Little bunny sitting in a little Buddhist prayer with the shine and the little... So I think... Do you have anything else to say, Spirit? Because I kind of feel like I want to leave this here. This feels very, very, very balanced and Buddhist. I don't know what that means for someone. Very namaste, very thank you as it is. So above, so below. Yeah, I think this is where we're going to leave this. Yeah, so let's stir it up. And while we're stirring it up, oof, never looks good to stir. And while we're stirring her up, what are we going to do? We're going to say thank you to everybody for watching. I'm sorry this is loud. Thank you to the chocolate growers for this coffee. Thank you for the chocolate growers for my chocolate, for the chocolate syrup. The sugar cane growers for the sugar cane for my syrup, for my sugar. And the coffee growers for the coffee. Thank you to the Mother Earth for the water. I truly appreciate it. Thank you to my little moo moo cows for the cream. And thank you to the farmers. Thank you to the workers. And let's thank our migrant workers who come around and pick the vegetables that we don't want to pick. Because they're doing all this too. They're making your coffee possible. They're making your day possible. And we have to thank them too. Oh, we got a smile. Oh, in the nose. So, yep. I say thank you to all the workers in the field, all the migrant workers across all of this world. Thank you for everything that you do, because you do go unappreciated more so than what the rest of the world likes to think. And that is my 2 cents on that. So, anyway, this will mix in. See? It's just loud. Anyway. Yep. And this love, this hug. Yeah. You were so worried about your person, and they've just been surrounding you and hugging you every single day. I see all of these like green like leaves, like Florida leaves. I don't know why I call them Florida leaves. But like maybe you have them on like your wall, or maybe you have like a big plant with like those big palm fronds, or smaller. I don't know what kind of leaves they are, because I'm not a plant person. I mean, I have a bamboo, but I don't know names. But yeah, they've been wrapping you in forever. Yep. So much love. Anyway, let's leave that there. Anyway, as always, be good, behave, be happy, and be yourself. And good morning. God bless you. We love you.